Taken the sound off?
Yes.
Yes, I've got sound. Have you done the original sound?
Yes. David's.
We just have to go easy. Very fine. We spent a good 1 hour yesterday, and I think we both tired. We just need to. But tomorrow you're going to be here around 9:15. Listen, I think. Very cool.
Sit up at the back. Sit up at the back.
I don't.
Well, I'm getting much more stable picture.
Tried to stop jogging the tape, please, David. It's going all over the place. Can you check the sound, I hope?
Look at it. You've got original sound on.
Yes.
I thought this.
Huh?
You've got this sound on.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. I can hear my voice. You've got all the sound source.
Try that.
Sound. No, I couldn't get my voice.
Turned off.
No, we've got our voices coming through.
Its original sound is on.
Yes, but you've got this on. You haven't got that on.
Such a warm welcome. So I am going to repeat this tomorrow morning, that there is a period of time in the life of every synagogue where they end up moving out and being hosted with great love and generosity by local Christian communities. And we are in that period now as we do renovations to our own synagogue. So we are hosted by the lovely Quakers on a Friday night and church tomorrow morning, but I'll remind us all of that as we celebrate Orlana tomorrow. So welcome if you're new to us tonight and visiting. Welcome if you're regular members. We have a red-lettered evening this evening. We have Dean and Natasha bringing music to us, which is fantastic, and Orlana and her family, whoever she's bringing up, grandmas, mums, to light the candles. We begin on page 76 as we go into welcoming each other with Shalom Aleichem and let go of where we've come from. We're lighting candles, very much honing in on the celebration this Shabbat. But this is a moment for you to carve out this moment of oasis and calm for Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, page 76.
Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Hashem. Aleichem Elyon.
Those of you who are at home, this is the moment to find your candles, decide which room you are lighting in. We are on page 75 as we prepare to light the candles. So those who are able, do stand, and those of us who are not will be kind to each other. Really thinking as Lara comes, or Lana, don't know who else, which you choose who comes ready to light candles. So obviously we're really thinking, how can we not, of those images from California of so many synagogues that have had to try to find ways to save their Sifrei Torah, of just that knowledge that the world can change with one breath of wind, and it really has for them. But also maybe to remind ourselves of how fortunate, how grateful, appreciative we are to be here and safe, and to be celebrating. Where are you, Orlando? Celebrating you. So, yeah. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Mazal Tov to this family. As we go straight to Yid Nefesh, page 78.
ידיד נפש, על הרחמה, על הרחמה. משוך עבדך, אל רצונך, אל רצונך. ידיד נפש, על הרחמה, על הרחמה. משוך עבדך, אל רצונך, אל רצונך. ירון צדקה, כמו היה, ישתחווה אל מול הדרך. ידיד נפש, על הרחמה, על הרחמה. משוך עבדך, אל רצונך, אל רצונך.
So we go to L'Chadodi, our last Kabbalat Shabbat song, to welcome each other, settle ourselves, acknowledge where we are, look around the room, maybe identify people that you know and don't know, ready to greet at Kiddush. But L'Chadodi, page 91.
Shabbat
page 92 for the Baruch Hu.
Et Adonai Baruch Adonai Hamavorah Leolam Vaed.
Let's sit down as we mark the passing of seasons and the passage of time. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amecha Ahavta Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Otanu limadeta Al-Pir Adonai Eloheinu v'shofteinu U'meinu nasiach b'chukecha V'nizrach b'divrei toratecha U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki im hayenu ve'orech yameinu Tudahem negeyom v'layla negeyom v'layla Ve'al tasu B'neinu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael.
So our bat mitzvah, or Lana, is going to lead us in Shema this evening. And you are free to follow your own minchag, whether you like to sit or stand for this watchword of faith. So we're on page 94. It's always interesting to see what people like, isn't it?
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed.
את
אדוני אלוהיך,
בכל לבביך
ובכל נפשך,
ובכל
מאודך.
והיו
הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות עיניך, וכתבתם על מוסות ביתך ובשעריך.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Let's sit down. Let's read together. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, Eternal One, are our God. We are Israel, your people. You freed us from oppressors, delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly, we accepted your rule. Then, full of joy, we sang together.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא, נורא תהילות, עושה
כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Yisrael. As we offer our evening prayer for peace, the one where it almost feels we're taking more responsibility for ourselves and what we do to make peace in the world, we will sing these words: shield us from sickness, from war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wrongdoing. And how can we not offer a profound hope of the wars ending around us, particularly Israel, Gaza, for safety, for the return of the hostages, for the end of the suffering of those caught up in that war.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu
Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol yoshvei tevel. So as we stand for the tefillah, for our standing prayer, tomorrow morning, Orlana will be leading us in this Amidah tefillah. Tonight she gets to ease in and share with us her Davar Torah in a moment. And I see Natasha here, whose bat mitzvah is next Shabbat. So we have these two outstanding young women to celebrate with. But as we stand for the tefillah, our minchag in this community, made all the more poignant each day that this continues, is to name 4 hostages whose names are still on the list. And we particularly do that. We take 4 names. Sometimes these names, they are no longer alive, and yet they are still on this list. And we do so because every week we acknowledge lives and we acknowledge what's happened, and we stand in solidarity with their families and hope that the government of Israel will do all they can and that ceasefire will come for them all. We think of Liri Elbag, who was taken from Nachal Oz, one of the young women that I think, have such a keen sense of, these young women. She was in a video just a few weeks ago. We think of Wachara Siruan, a Thai worker on Near Oz, who was taken and whose family have no news of him. We think and pray for Matan Angrest, a young man taken from Near Oz on that morning. And Matan Zangauka, also another young man, not a soldier, taken that day, who again was used in a video just a few weeks ago, who said the words, "Time is running out," and a plea to those at home to bring him and the others home. So we hold these families very much in our hearts as we open our mouths and our lips to begin prayer together.
Anananananana Adonai. Anananananana Spartai Tiftach. Anananananana Ufi Agit. Ufi Agit Tefilatecha. Anananananana Adonai. Anananananana Spartai Tiftach. Anananananana Ufi Agit. Ufi Agit Tefilatecha. Anananananana Adonai. Anananananana Spartai Tiftach. Anananananana Ufi Agit. Ufi Agit Tefilatecha. Anananananana Adonai. Anananananana Spartai Tiftach. Anananananana Ufi Agit. Ufi Agit Tefilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot ve'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei B'neihem, Lama'an Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Hozer Moshiach Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Machayei Metim, Atah Rav LaHoshia. Mashiv HaRuach u'Morit HaGeshem, Mazriach HaShemesh u'Morit HaTal. Machalkel Chaim B'Chesed, מחיה מתים ורחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיע אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה המתים. קדוש אתה ונורא שמך, ואין לנו אלוה מבלעדיך. ברוך אתה Adonai, Ha'el, HaKadosh. So let's sit down as we honor Shabbat, this moment that I imagine in the Rose household has been booked this Shabbat for quite a while, and here you are. And think about each of us in our own homes and families and households. What does this Shabbat mean to us? What has happened to bring us to this moment? How are we feeling as we greet it? And we'll sing Vashamru, Dean's Vashamru, which is upbeat to bring us joy.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam
Baruch atah Adonai Makadesh HaShabbat. I'm aware that those visiting our community, it almost feels like a slight cult this evening. But we are just a community that loves to experiment. And Dean wrote this beautiful piece, melody for Vashamru, so the same prayers that we've all known, but just new melodies. So we're in the middle of page 100. Eternal God, be gracious to us, your people, Israel, and in your love accept our prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha b'yera na'avod. Now as we offer Modim Anachnu Lach, the penultimate blessing of the Tefillah, the Amidah, the one that calls on us to imagine what we feel thankful or grateful for. And so in order to truly do so with real kavanah, spiritual direction, intention, I really invite us to think, what in our own lives can we feel grateful for tonight as we offer these words together? Modim anachnu lach she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzur hayenu magen yishenu, ata hu lador vador. Nodeh lecha saper tehilatecha, al hayenu hamsurim biyadecha, v'al nishmotenu hapukudot lach, v'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu, v'al niflotecha v'tovotecha, shebachol eit erev v'boker v'tzoharayim. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulacha na'eh lohodot.
Shalom Am Yisrael Amcha Tatzvim Le'olam. Shalom Am Yisrael Amcha Tatzvim Le'olam. Shalom Am Yisrael Amcha Tatzvim Le'olam. Shalom Am Yisrael Amcha
Baruch atah Adonai, oseh hashalom. So we take a few moments for silent prayer, just to allow us to have time for reflection. And although we're going to hear from Olana in a moment about this week's portion and what it means to come of age and be bat mitzvah, just a thought for each one of us that the book of Genesis, the book of Bereshit, finishes this weekend. Olana takes us to the end of it. And right at the end, as we've watched the dysfunctional families that pervade the book of Bereshit, the book of Genesis, and we watch one after the other of parents over involved with their children, mixing children up so that the younger inherits more than the older, creating dissent between siblings, changing the idea of trust. We're watching it from Abraham and Sarah and the two boys of Ishmael and Isaac, and then we see Isaac and Rebekah and Esau and Jacob, and then we see Jacob doing the same with his 12 sons and one daughter, and how he wants things to be done, and he even wants to do it with Joseph's children, Manasseh and Ephraim, and wants to change their order, which actually it happened in Jewish tradition. But what we see at the end, at the very end of the book, is that Joseph decides to stop the dysfunctionality in the family. And as his father dies, his brothers come to him and say, We're terrified. We'll be your slave. We know we've wronged you, and we know how angry you are with us. And we know that our father, Jacob, has already chosen to give more to you and your sons than our sons, to sow dissent in the family. And in this final moment of the book of Genesis, Joseph bucks the trend. He stops the flow of kind of genetic family dynamic. It almost feels like a family therapist had the last word in these words of Bereshit. And he says to his brothers, it's fine. I'm going to take care of you. We're going to share this. It's going to be fine. And there is something about the way the book of Genesis ends that really can be such a gift to us in our families, how easy it is to redo the things that we've inherited that are harder, not necessarily to change things for the better. And I think just this moment of Joseph, he wasn't just very attractive, as we know. He didn't just marry Asenath, the Egyptian, and become the first mixed family in Judaism, to then be heralded every Shabbat, because we bless our boys to be like his sons. Actually, what he does is he changes the dynamic of family. So think a moment about yourself and where you find yourself. And if this gives you some peace and calm, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. But let's have a moment of silent prayer.
Say shalom Birama, say shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Bnei Adam. Say shalom Birama, say shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol
So it feels a little bit, forgive me, like Christmas past and present tonight, because I'm looking around and I see past bar bat mitzvahs, future. So I see Ruben and Sadie and Dora and Raphael and now Orlana this Shabbat and Natasha next Shabbat. So there is nothing more special than hearing for our bat mitzvah from our bat mitzvah the night before to just illuminate and give us some thoughts about Torah to take with us for our Friday night dinner. So Orlana, if you want to come up and speak as loudly as you can, because I think this sound isn't as strong as it will be tomorrow. Remember when I cut you to go slow. Shall I do it without that box? Yes.
Yeah.
Just welcome to the synagogue and then wait, so should I not do that box? Yeah, no, do it. Just leave out school again.
Welcome to our synagogue. I would like to particularly welcome my friends and my family, and especially my family who have come from Israel, Austria and Liverpool. A bat mitzvah is the coming of age of a Jewish child to a Jewish adult. Ever since I was young, I wanted one because I wanted to be more connected to my religion. I now feel more connected to Judaism, my synagogue and my community. I also feel really proud to be able to say I've achieved having a bat mitzvah. It has been a lot of hard work. It has been really special to me to be a part of Finchley Progressive Synagogue as it is liberal. This means our synagogue and our youth movement, LJY Netza, everyone has equal opportunities no matter your gender. This has meant that I'm the first girl in my family to read from the Torah, which makes me especially proud. I've also loved meeting new people at shul and LJY, being more involved in the synagogue and knowing more people who are on this path with me. For my project,
On my Tzedakah project.
For my Tzedakah project, I have chose to support the work of Kisharon Langdon, a Jewish learning disability and autism community where I volunteered a number of times with my grandma. I understand that part of becoming bat mitzvah is taking action to help make the world better. I'm looking forward to continuing my contribution there. I now feel a step closer to becoming a Jewish adult, and this feels very relevant to me as I start to grow up with my friends and we all work out what it means to become teenagers, not quite adults yet. There are 54 portions in the Torah. There are 2 Shabbats that have a double portion. That is 2 portions in a week. I'm happy I didn't get 2 weeks' worth. My portion is the very last one from the book of Genesis, and it tells the story of Jacob, our great ancestor, dying. He asked his children, including his son Joseph, who is now very high up in the Egyptian government, to be sure to bury him in the family grave in Machpelah that was purchased from the Hittites. He needs to return to his people's land and where his wife Sarah is buried. He blesses all his children before he dies, and the expression after he breathed his last breath is, He is gathered to all his people, all those who lived before him. That is what death meant to biblical people. After his death, his children went straight to the Pharaoh to try and achieve their late father's wishes. First of all, they cried. I like the human description here. Everyone cries at death and losing people, and the Torah knew this all those years ago. I like how they allowed it to be sad as well as happy. I like this part because it shows how his children really respect and love their parents and how important family is. In my family, I have my mum Laura, my dad Simon, my brother Leo, and of course Ruby, my dog. I also have my grandparents, my grandma Barbara, my grandpa Tony, and my nana Fran, and lots of aunts, uncles, and cousins. It also makes me think about my papa Martin, my auntie Jem Jem, and my cousin Sharon, who I wish could have all been here today. I'm lucky to have such a loving family. They are all very supportive of me and are always there for me. I love them a lot. So having this family description in my portion feels good luck for me. At the end of the portion, Joseph dies too, and he chooses to be embalmed. He was basically being mummified. He was so Egyptian at this point. When you finish a book of Torah, you say the words, Hazak, Hazat, Benit, Hazak. Strength, strength, let us be strengthened. I really like it because we get strengthened by the end of the book before beginning next week when Natasha will have her bat mitzvah. My auntie works for the Yad Vashem UK Foundation, which promotes education and awareness about the Holocaust. One of the ways in which they do this is put names to the faceless victims of the Holocaust and remember them through bar and bat mitzvah twinning projects. I've been twinned with a girl called Aura Spiegel. Aura was born on 3rd June 1930 in Krakow, Poland. She lived in the Krakow ghetto during the war and was sadly murdered in the ghetto on 13th March 1943. She was yet to turn 13. She would not have had the freedom to have her bat mitzvah, and so I'm having mine for her today, and will keep her memory alive by talking about her today and also lighting a candle in her memory every year. In the information sent to me about my twinning, there was also a note from Lily Ebert, a very famous Holocaust survivor who only died this October. She wished me Mazel Tov on my bat mitzvah and wrote, "You will now become responsible for your own behaviour. So my message is to you to be kind and tolerant to others. If someone is different to you, it doesn't mean that they are better or worse. They are different." I really agree with these words, and I think this is what my synagogue, FPS, has taught me too. It inspires me to be a kind and tolerant Jewish adult, and I will forever be grateful for it.
Mazel Tov, Yesher Koach. So now I know some of you may really have thought you weren't coming to synagogue tomorrow and you really want to come and hear more from Orlana. So really wonderful, beautiful words, Orlana. So we are going to close our service now with Aleinu, which really continues Orlana's challenge to us that it is our job to work in the world and to be decent and kind. And so you can find Aleinu on page 520. And we usually stand for it, but you'll excuse me, I won't join you.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, אשר שם ימים ויגד את שמו, וגור עלינו להמליך מלכותו. גור עלינו להמליך מלכותו.
So we stay standing as we go to Kaddish. And we stand together with those who are marking a yard site at this time. Orlana already mentioned those in her family. that I know that you as a whole family clan are thinking about this Shabbat. And in our own congregation, we think particularly of Anthony Levy, father of Kathy Levy Romana, of Ernest Greenfield, father of Gordon Greenfield, of Nathan Furman, grandfather of Beverly Kafka, great-grandfather of Natasha Kafka, of Ruth Rappaport, mother of Anne Andrews, grandmother to Sam, Ben and Rachel. And also Ingrid and Yassar Kasim, grandparents of Ruben and Dora and Raphael, whose yahrzeits fall this month of January. And lastly, our own beloved Morris Needleman, longtime member of this synagogue. Many of us recall him, remember how devoted he was to this, our congregation, but particularly to Friday nights, and how much he loved Dean and Dean's singing, and how much he loved silent prayer. We would always have to wait for Morris to be finished praying for everyone in his life. And we think greatly of him because we are his family and we are the ones that remember him. So Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. And may those who remember and recall their loved ones be comforted a little in their loss as we say the words of Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shamei Rabbah, bi'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'hayachon v'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, magala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mavorach le'olam ameh amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitada v'yitale v'talal shmei dekudusha brichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbahata v'nechemata. Da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shamaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'al kol b'nei Adam. V'imru amen. Let's sit down. So if anyone can help us just stack the chairs back into the cupboard, that would be fantastic at the end of the service while we bring Kiddush out. A reminder, tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock at TCC, Trinity Church Center on Nether Street for our Shabbat morning service. And we finish with Dean's melody that he wrote actually in honor of his own son, Amon's bar mitzvah, which is the blessing. The blessing that we've talked about, where we bless our girls to be like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, but actually we bless our boys to be like Manasseh and Ephraim, the two sons of Joseph. And then because Jacob insisted on switching their order, that is how it has been passed down to us in Jewish tradition, Ephraim and Manasseh.
Elohim, Ephraim, B'chi Menashe. Elohim, Sarah, Rivka, Rahel, Leah.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Just make sure you say hello to someone that you don't